Hey guys, my name's Jonathan Brown Menzies and I'm going to show you around the best SUV of all time. I like to call this car a true blue SUV because it's everything you need and nothing you don't. It's the 1998 Toyota Rav4. And don't mind my shadow, guys. This is the first generation Rav4 design, which lasted from 1994 to the year 2000, and it's known as the XA10 series. And here's a little quote from Wikipedia. Unique platform that shared many Carina and Corolla elements. The Rav4 was launched in its native Japan in May of 1994, although the design started in 1989 under code name 153T. The 98 Rav4 was available in 3 and 5 door versions, and the back door was the 3rd and the 5th door. You could choose between front wheel drive and all wheel drive, and transmission choices were 5-speed manual or 4-speed automatic. If you've ever driven one, you will not be surprised to hear that the Rav4 was named 1997 Automobile of the Year by Automobile Magazine. While doing research for the 1998 Rav4, I came across one person that compared it to the Starship Enterprise and another that compared it to the Guggenheim Museum. One design element that keeps the Rav4 looking modern and contemporary are the glass headlights, and they don't fog up. The two-tone bumper and side protection definitely add a lot of curb appeal and protect against rust. Now I'm going to give you guys a little tour of the inside of the 1998 Rav4. Rev up your engines! And as you can see, 139,000 miles, no check engine light. The only problems on this car are a broken clock, and somehow it works when it's under 15 degrees outside. But if it's over 15 degrees, you're out of luck. You better use your cell phone. This car was purchased 3 years ago for $3,800. A lot of people say, wow, how did you find that kind of deal? $3,800 for a car that runs so good? And I'll tell you why. This is why. 5-speed. Young people these days, they just can't drive them, and the dealers can't move them off the lots. So this car started off at $4,800, and he kept on lowering it $200 at a time until it finally went down to $3,800, and it was just too good of a deal to pass up. Now, negative things about this car, everybody's going to say the Japanese cup holders like these here. I wouldn't even call these cup holders. They work for these mini kind of soda bottles and cans, but if you want to try to put a coffee in there, it's kind of like playing with fire. But they do have one normal size cup holder in the middle, which is nice. Then you got your old school emergency brake, which I like. The only thing that you're missing is kind of a center console to rest your arm, and that is something that I do miss. So when I drive this car, usually I end up putting my arm around here, resting it up here, or kind of using this as a center console. This is the Northeast, so there is some rust on the car. The frame was okay, but as far as the body goes, that's all right. When the gas cap cover fell off, I could probably pay somebody to somehow get it back on there, but I don't really care about that. But as good mechanics will tell you, if you don't really care about minor body damage, as long as the engine is in good shape, that's all that really matters. That's how you're going to get a real deal if the car isn't cosmetically 100% perfect. Another issue that you frequently see with these old school Rav4s is the low-hanging exhaust in the back. Now, I don't know why this is or what causes it. If anybody knows, leave it in the comments section, but it's something really common, and I see it in most old Rav4s. As far as fuel economy, it's not bad. 21 city, 27 highway, 23 combined, and that's from fueleconomy.gov. Obviously, if you get a modern SUV, they've come a long way. They're a lot better. This car is over 20 years old, but for the money I paid and for the great gas mileage, still by today's standards, it's a good deal. Overall, most people are very happy that they bought a Rav4. If you look on kellybluebook.com, the 1998 Rav4 has a total score of 9.1 out of 10, and it has a 4.8 out of 5 on cars.com. If I had to give this 98 Rav4 a score myself, the Jonathan Brown Menzies score, it'd be up there, 9.5 out of 10. Why is my score so high, you ask? One word: reliability. And how do you know this car is so reliable? Because you see so many old Rav4s still on the road. One of my favorite things about the Rav4, it's fun to drive. You buckle your seatbelt, start her up, put your hand on the shift, put your foot on the clutch, and you feel like you're getting ready to drive a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. Having said that, the car is a little slow off the line. At 127 horsepower, you're going to be using every single one of them. So here we go, guys. Oh yeah, feel the power. A little bit loud, but once you do get up to speed, It's very, very, very comfortable. Very comfortable car on the highway, that's for sure. Here we are, cruising along at 50 miles an hour. Very comfortable ride. Feast your eyes on this Range Rover. And just a few more details on the interior. For a Japanese SUV that's 20-something years old, this car does have a fair amount of storage space. This is where the CD player would go if the original owner had gotten that option. When you fold down the cup holders here, there's a cigarette lighter, which I don't use as a cigarette lighter, but it's nice for a cell phone. There's an old school ashtray under here, but usually I just leave that folded down. Little thing here for coins, little odds and ends, pack of gum, whatever. Put your magazines on the side, and look at this sumptuous pattern. I'm not sure what it is. Electronic windows, electronic locks, even an electronic mirror. One thing I like about this car is the loud buzzing noise the electronics make. Just screams 90s. When I was doing research for this car, another thing the owners loved was the crotch vent. Surprisingly, I guess there are some cars that don't have these, and when you do have it, you really appreciate it. Tons of storage room in the back, guys. I'm going to show you quickly how you fold the back seats down. You just pull this out, and I'm going to need two hands, and fold it down. If I did that with the other seat, this whole back would open up. I've moved enormous things with this car. Bookshelves, huge tables, lay out a sleeping bag, and you could camp out in the 1998 RAV4. Snap-off toolkit on one side, and I believe this used to be a first aid kit, but it's no longer there on the other side. Another great thing about the 1998 RAV4 is the back is so low, it's really, really easy to get heavy stuff in there. Now, if you look at the RAV4's competition, like Mercedes, Range Rover, that new Maserati SUV, they're all a lot higher, like this. So you're really going to have to do a little heavy extra lifting. Decent sized glove box, and I love that 1998 owner's manual Art Deco font. Guys, that about wraps it up. Thank you for joining me with the review of this 1998 Toyota RAV4, the best SUV in history. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment. I respond to all comments and feedback. If you really like this video, please subscribe. Until next time, guys.